This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Councilperson Arlen Pilas. Councilperson Brian Livesey. Councilperson Stephen Russell. Councilperson Suzanne Reynolds. Councilperson Charles Ross. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. My name is Allison. I'm Deputy Director for an organization called Jersey LCB, distribution holders who are state by and I have some colleagues with me too. Maybe just to introduce yourselves.
I'm software Jersey gatekeeper in this being non-stop firehouse. Still whatever it makes you think.
So I'd like to thank you all very much for the opportunity to speak with you this evening. And about it is a frac pipeline that's going to, if constructed, have potentially impact. In our experience as private, adjacent to the room, but we are trying to do that to make sure that officials and so I wanted to thank you for the opportunity. I'll be pretty brief, but happy to answer the questions. Yeah. So basically, what is this? This is a comes from Pennsylvania, the infrastructure bill. There's part of it through Pennsylvania from Park Gas. It goes through New Jersey. I want to emphasize New Jersey doesn't have any benefits. It then exits.
I pressure up until.
I do not know what it was, but and then the gas goes under. There's 23 units line that exits the beach area, and it goes under the American Bay Shore to New York, whether to be used in New York or exported overseas. This project has previously been denied from the state of New York and the state of New Jersey 3 separate times for failure to meet quality standards and standards. Coastal protection, and there were 3 independent studies that found the project was not related to energy demand. And again, I just want to emphasize that specifically New Jersey does not get this project. This specific project, in addition to the Bayshore area infrastructure, compressor station in central or northern, depending on where you're told the line, Somerset County. Transco specifically, one of our concerns has to do with safety. They have had several incidents at New Jersey facilities in the past 10 years that have documented a couple of safety incidents and some explosive situations at their. This is a map of where the insurance is. I do want to be very honest and share with you that really insurance was just their application from to the Department of Environmental Protection was just publicly available. Really last night or today. So we have a link later in the presentation, but I wasn't prepared to speak into the details only because we stopped the map. But I know that Taylor has speak to the things. So this red, this is the new compressor station in Franklin, and then this red is. So right here is the Franklin Bridge, and it's 207 compressor station. And then so there's the station here in Franklin. Part of the second project is called Madison Loop, which includes the compressor station and 3 miles of pipeline that go from Old Bridge to all the way through Sayreville, and then stops at the Raritan Bay, and that's when the Raritan continues. But the route, so the Raritan Loop is basically ends. So basically, moving into the Raritan in Sayreville, so today, we're like Allison just said, we just got the application, but I've done Google Maps, so it goes. So the compressor station in Golden Village is 3200 Avenue in Proceed, and then the pipeline cuts east. So it goes intersects Route 9, she's Parkwood Village, and then just runs north of the American House, housing development, under the agency, Sayreville side, then cuts directly through the North Marina, and then right under the bluff, and it spits out on 35 just north of First Street, and then it cuts under the railroad where it runs, and then it ends at Borough. So you can imagine all the construction that will be needed for this pipeline to go to Sayreville. But they are going to do each horizontal direction, but obviously the concerns for that these are major roads, railways, housing developments, and the fact that freshwater wetlands, coastal wetlands, tidal wetlands will all be impacted, which Greg will discuss. But I also just want to say that, so right now, hearings, so we're asking DPs to have hearings, especially with towns that are impacted, especially the residents that are. This is the big. On correction.
And there's a question. You talk about the standards for the that you want when it goes on the bank, you want all the way through.
So it's going to need permits for waterfront development, stormwater, like I think something else, but it's for land being.
Let's say a couple of local things, but it speaks to the point of the grief. We enjoy with our kayak trips, free. We're thankful that we get to use this efforts, take children down there. Again, if we want to do the benefits of all, and make sure she's well, make sure the engineers meet, so how that works with the community. But we all have this treasure here that we share. One of the things I would highlight is that this pipeline wouldn't destroy, but it would significantly impact it. It would go through 23 miles, time beds. Planners are really concerned. It would dredge up sediment We just cleaned up Woodbridge and Woods Harbor. The Broward and Slag site is in the process of being cleaned up. With lead and with contaminants. So what we're concerned mostly about is that the recontaminated grazing, this copper, this mercury, all being resuspended in an area that we're trying to clean up. Sure, it's about, point I want to make also with that is if this was essential, this was impacting, it was gas or fuel for national security, you'd be 100% for it, and you'd figure out ways to limit the impacts. But it's Pennsylvania to New York, it's pipe going through New Jersey, it's a pipeline for a single company. One of the issues is that it's spaghetti thing, right? Even with wind energy, things in one corridor. We don't want each company or each person coming through pipeline infrastructure to our communities and to our world. Our biggest concern is that it's destroying Bay Bottom needlessly, and it's concerning of fishermen. The strikers have been great. The flues are starting to come in now. We have this wonderful Raritan Bay. We don't want to see the sediments be suspended. Aquatic vertebrates and crabs, clams, intaking contaminants needlessly. So those are some of the impacts, and they're all running through certain wetland areas. So I'll stop with that. It's just really, we love our bay. This is a needless pipeline. Needlessly impacted. Thank you.
I'm sorry, simple question here, I didn't hear it right. Because we go from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, just to get to Long Island. Let me just go,
I can't use it.
It's probably.
So long.
Okay.
The one thing, sorry,
Stuff as
is that I don't know that you, but none of the other mayors, when we talked to them, they should. We found that really outrageous that this came back without notifications of the communities that were being impacted. So
I'm part of the facial measure organization, and I was there with last one they presented. Money per square foot, depending on how much linear foot of that line is in between town. I believe that, I mean, somewhere around somewhere in 80, somewhere, we was getting more. I believe at the time, the county was stored.
I know we did this, but they found we chose the county and just made them aware as well. They had released some tax resolution conversation. They said that they make sure tax we recently heard the most recent thing that we heard was that they undersubordinated. So that they said that their legal understanding that stands, but that they were wrong.
Aberdeen also did. Well, and over to dogs.
Yeah, so Keyport did one, Aberdeen, Mercedes plans to do one, but hasn't did it yet, and a couple of the towns, Somerset, resolutions as well, and if you wouldn't mind clicking, I just want to underscore what Greg said, we could skip that one. This timeline, I just want to really underscore what Greg said, that they submitted their petition to FERC, which is the federal group that needs to give them the permits. They submitted it in the beginning of June, and the public comment period closed June 20, with 21 days for like any community, residents, public, period for people to get comments in. People didn't even know, and frankly, towns in the summer, I was sure I used to work for a town, they might not even have met in that time. Exactly, and so that's why I'm so shit. I just wanted to because I know I should have some more so it's also my personal issue. Yeah, so I have problems too, just right here, but now I was frustrated. That we just kind of tried to steamroll this through. They asked for to expedite the process. They asked for them to not have to do a new environmental impact statement. They asked for everything they submitted in 2017 to just stand for data. So they don't have to do new impact studies. They don't have to do anything. So that has been a frustration for us, is that we're not.
If the state, federal legislative board or speak with them.
Yes. I would say that we're its team, I should say, it's not its team. We have asked DEP. DEP just said our application is complete. They are opening a comment period. That is also going to be 30 days. It technically opens tomorrow. We are waiting for DEP to tell us when they have to make a decision. There's some legal deadlines about whether or not they have a grant permit. It's a 6-month time period. It is not clear to us when that 6 months starts. Like, does it start when they open? Does it start when they get the application? We don't. So that is something that is state going to make a decision. We have partnered with things that are awesome for their legal expertise on it, and something that they have said is that the project hasn't changed and the law hasn't changed, and they denied us on this last. So what are we doing here? Why do we have to? So just want to make it.
Another question. So I know it's been goes to 556, so there's one station in here, the city, 115 in Manhattan. If there are multiple, if this company is only, other people can have.
That haven't. Yeah, there are. That existed.
What's the difference between, because I remember, I thought it was like 2020, us voting on a resolution for the state. Yeah, but I remember. Is there a difference? Is it basically the same thing?
What traffic, and I mean, they talked to you before about like, I can't think that because it would be great if I into these discussions, to be honest. I can only tell you voting. They did meet with Franklin, and folks at Franklin said that they said nothing was changed. What they presented to Franklin, and also that they expected construction to start in January. So it's a very extended process.
In which your staff after this.
So after this, what we are asking is we are asking for counties spoke with a section about the project is to say for resolutions in opposition for the concerns that we listed. We are also yeah, we've been sharing with municipalities that part of the federal agency. They do have a process for you to do something called file a motion to be that the deadline for that is shared but and then have a borough attorney. There is a process for towns to do that after the deadline if they can make a case that there's somebody. No, any file motion to intervene, so like full disclosure, like our organization did, all that does is that it doesn't necessarily make anything. It basically like preserves the right to take action later, but if you don't file a motion to intervene, you basically can't take an illegal action either. So we just wanted to make towns aware of that as well. Yes, we know it's very sure. But that is a simple process. The other thing that was saying is you can absolutely make comments to the NJDP that opens tomorrow, and then I think it's on the next one. I just have the website because they just stood it up. I mean, that's just listed towns, it's listed people. Yeah. That's a like, email listserv. And then oh no, I added it. It got added after. I apologize. I will make sure I get it to you. They just stood on the website, and there was an error in it. The website is on there for people to submit comments. I would say we would certainly welcome elected officials and groups making comments as well as input. So you can certainly petition to be as a welcome. Those are sort of the immediate next steps, and then figuring out in a 6-month timeline with the state of New Jersey next steps are. I will ask the state of New York to make a decision on their plan. They had previously made it. And rumors that might not be true this time because of certain political deals, so that's like a very big concern for us, is that if the project hasn't changed and the legal standards haven't changed and we denied it 3 times, you know, we should have this conversation every couple of years.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, friends.
If we got the municipal technical, any, first responders, signs for supplement, public, we speak directly to the microphone, properly report the audio system. And we are adding resolution 25-7-13. So at this time, resolution 25-07-01, government and state of affairs, resolution. Waive transfer of northeast supply enhancement project. Motion.
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Silas?
Yes.
Councilperson Levesey?
Yes.
Councilperson Russell?
Yes.
Councilperson Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilperson Ross? Motion passed.
Proposed standards for virtual zone. That's an open.
Sure, thank you, Mayor. And just for those that are unfamiliar with our processes, sometimes we bring items for a workshop discussion. There's no action being taken tonight, other than for members of the public and of course the governing body to weigh in on a potential idea for legislation. So this was inspired by a resident, reached out with self and then you are official regarding light pollution. Particularly, she and her neighbors are experiencing an enormous light from their community that is protruding inside of their windows through their windows. So unfortunately, there's nothing really on the ordinances that prevent or even address the business measure. So they're really we could do so they did some research to see if there was a way that they could do conflict with that from the sun down in particularly pollution in certain areas. So you want the governing body to consider input something that we would consider okay, to address these concerns. Essentially, it the way that I would very high level is an attempt to limit light traffic to the property in which it is located. So it should not sort of go underneath the property. And there are criteria for brightness and luminance. I informed you know the complaint that we got before the body in public session. I just is what I took from the other county people to hear. Yeah. Okay.
What's what I was just thinking.
That is a good question. I don't know. I can certainly do.
Yeah, it's different. Nothing. Like LEDs are brighter, but they don't carry as much.
I have not worked with them. I can certainly ask them regarding if there should be an equivalent to LED for lumens. Yes.
Question, this came from one person
Yes, yes.
came to you directly or they go to?
Came to me and the code enforcement.
I get the intrusion. I guess the question is, do we really want to make a law or ordinance based off of one person's complaint? And that's all I'm trying to understand. There's, I'm not following it again. I don't want a airport like, you know, or the person being my house told me that. What do we, again, this is part of the discussion we have, like, if you, along the intrusion. Because could someone complain, you're in the backyard?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is there something that can, that might be sound? Even the sound, which I find more intrusive. There are times where that is permitted and times where it's no longer permitted. So if that light's shining in through my window past 9 PM or 10 PM, then, you know, that becomes more of an intrusion. Now I'm trying to sleep, my children are trying to sleep. But there may be a way to kind of parallel something with the sound pollutions. Where, like you said, if you're having the deck lights and then suddenly those lights are, you know, obviously they're not interior lights. They're exterior, which are going to be seen, and I have them that I use it at night. But it makes sense to kind of making, if we were gonna do this, is to one kind of area. Same to sound as structure.
The question. Because I think
This one, this one, this meeting, you have to send it over.
You would have to make an exception to that.
Let's talk. They finish it. But we can reset the decision.
Code enforcement slash, yeah.
So yes, it did,
Okay.
because it's not, it's a. Well, it went to code enforcement, code enforcement official is in charge of all code, but the section of the code that required this to be updated is in the plan. That's what it is. That's it. Yep.
So this is just a draft, right?
Yeah, so I can explore if it is the desire of everybody to explore sort of something that mimics sound ordinance. And maybe as it just directly relates to floodlights, does that make more sense or?
I can say personally, I have floodlights that are the most. My neighbor says to me, hey, they keep going on against me, oh, going my. So I did, but again, bad, you know, that's an important, exactly. Well, we work issues are line of housing, where we have, where we have a property, and where we have things of these, I mean, I think that what is that gonna fall under? When it's how drastic are we gonna get this, because you can't control your floodlights, and it turns into a safety issue, if somebody has lights or floodlights and cameras on the property, is that going to be there? For people like, we have to consider it too.
Sure, I mean, I think the desire of the complaint and at least the other complaints have been, it's to sort of limit the brightness of the lights and then where the direction in which the lights are placed. But yes, I do appreciate that it could go down a very slippery slope and it could be confused or create us in the middle, but that of course is sort of the risk we run everywhere.
Sign lights. Close proximity to one of our county or city lights, and is that
gonna have to move light poles and.
But I've seen it's kind of like, I don't know, there's like on the side of the house, like, there's one down here, like kind of around it. So you're right next to that.
The light, they would be the tools.
I would be.
Well, yeah. My doors are open. Why not? Yes, you can monitor the sensitivity on, but it does go off.
Yeah.
You know, and things like it goes off, scares people. That goes out, just like that. So this person, I gotta ask, is this person just being exact, this is trying on a neighbor property, because there, you don't look at it, 30 degrees, and doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics, I guess the neighbor's lights are, and they're darn, I was point, technically, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it. That'd be.
Like that first building, it's north. And now it's on, so. Basically, because we miss it. Across the street, and you get a lot of things. Like, we kind of run into it. But now it's on, so I, it makes the best to be. Especially from the work.
Well, I mean, I can certainly, but I guess that's the point, you can always post that we can. But right now. So that would be interested in creating.
There's something here, down facing like the light has through these kind of shades of that, so that like it's.
Yeah, that's the thing, I don't want to put the charge, put down, one more by one, a lot.
Like.
So it's
Basketball should be.
And it talks.
Yeah, I thought that it, maybe pointing out the triangle and get pointed up or straight out. Yeah, and I like to know the person.
And that's another thing, they can force me. So I call on a Saturday night, you know, Dale will have to go out, you know, midnight, and looking, so.
When you call me, I'll pick up the.
Well, that's a question.
Yeah, there's meters, yeah.
The sound ordinance is very applicable, but it would be easier to see because they have to in meters per decibel. And they. I mean, yeah, this would be an observing, I guess, one of them today. You know, somebody is. You're gonna see the way. Far. Now. I guess it's. Maybe.
Blackout.
Anybody else? That, I don't, it's a, it's called, yeah.
Well, some people have backup light, you know, like buildings have emergency lighting, like the one the power goes down, that could be considered.
Right.
Oh, right, you know, some of these holiday displays are extremely Right, I mean, are people required to protect themselves, at a certain level? The question is, after January?
That's what, February.
I will take some of this feedback and work with a different alternative path. Thank you very much. Thank you. Before I open up. Rules, right? So this. For definitely.
In regards to, well, 2507.9, the authorization of hiring trigger. So the question is that he was hired last year for the same position. Posted this position, posted this year for anyone to apply. Why is it necessary? How much is it important? What is the department? And was this accounted for in the recreation budget? And I guess the biggest question is this, is that one day is a chamber of commerce event, right? So why are we paying it?
What you said is the chamber. Right, so clarify.
So why is the chamber of commerce not paying for the stipend? We as a town, we don't money in this event, we pay permits. Police, DPW, stipend for this individual, but you guys are really concerned about the farmers market. Okay, so we didn't do other things. So why is this event less than non-vacation? Like what's going on? On their website, I can see. I will look at it. So,
I'm gonna take it, so yes, we have previously, so just. And stipend is $5,000. It is essentially. We lead agency and the Chamber of Commerce has historically assisted the borough. It's our largest event where we attract people from the outside. So, historically, as it is expanded, and particularly as it's moved off Main Street, which is in concert with we needed additional hands. And while we were thankful for the incredible support that we received from the team, creation, economic development, and so many other folks, it just doesn't meet the demand of this huge event. And we do raise money from the chamber to support some of these costs. Of course, there are additional costs that go into this. And this has traditionally since last year been budgeted. This, the position when it was first posted, it was. Traditionally, we don't let people go if they do a great thing. So, yeah.
That's why we, last year when this was they were retired.
I mean, saying that it was the great work that he did. So it was very hard before we even got to the event that he that the role demanded for him. And you know, thankfully he went beyond it and we were very compensate any individual.
Yeah, it just goes back to them.
Yeah, nothing. Any good one, fine. It's been updated on the.
This would be in annual.
This is start.
It's going to be
Next month.
yes.
And then looking for
Yeah, I do appreciate it, but, the question, we can imagine with most of our events, particularly, year to year, so there, it doesn't really end. Every day is ongoing day, just like this.
My only comment is, great job, not good job this year. I think you should allow other people to try. Because if you have like, okay, ready, I listen, not a full-time employee, so the point is, don't let people go. But you let them. And you know, I don't think it's for fairness of our community, people may want to get involved, may want to.
Sure, just to sort of go back on that, we do have several positions within the borough that are annual stipend that they are never, they're just every year, the salary ordinance and they resolution to make give salaries, they are just appointed, so, and not posted, so this is not something out of the ordinary. So we don't repost for every. Yeah, I mean, you go every year.
Correct me if I'm wrong, like saying that it's not solely, and just talk to this with them.
Yeah, that's where this is budgeted from. So we had the beginning of the year, this is budgeted from.
But that is, we have the lead agency and which is. Anyone else, village report? Motion to close village report? Motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passed.
Approval by. Any one, motion? Second.
Councilperson Silas?
Yes.
Councilperson Legacy?
Yes.
Councilperson Russell?
Yes.
Councilperson Reynolds?
Yeah.
Councilperson Ross? Yes.
Approval by Zachary C. Gershman. Motion.
Councilperson Silas? Councilperson Legacy?
Yes.
Councilperson Russell?
Yes.
Councilperson Reynolds?
Yeah.
Councilperson Ross? Motion passed.
Carrying out the right application. Motion. Discussion. No.
Councilperson Silas?
Yes.
Councilperson Legacy?
Yes.
Councilperson Russell?
Yes.
Councilperson Reynolds?
Yeah.
Councilperson Ross?
Yeah.
Motion passed.
Yeah, so, this I guess. Lydia Meyer. So, she the firefighter suit, so fire fishing. Access to, put this on the agenda, see her. Anybody, we'll start with Council first, anybody have any questions?
Just to piggyback off what you said, Mayor, and several months ago, the fire did begin a volunteer program. Just given to the immense urgency and safety concerns, we thought that it was just to make it. So we.
Public, and if the public like. X13. No. Correction. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passed.
In ordinance 25-13, there's a motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Silas?
Yes.
Councilperson Legacy?
Yes.
Councilperson Russell?
Yes.
Councilperson Reynolds?
Yeah.
Councilperson Ross? Motion passed.
We have a motion.
Excuse me, Mayor, and we'll be adding 250713 to the consent as well for approval. Thank you.
Resolution 25-05. Place.
Yes, that's to file, the submit for the DOT grant for the redoing of Tina Place building and paving.
Oh,
Yeah, the state requires the governing body approve any submission for.
First, the second.
Councilperson Silas?
yes.
Councilperson Legacy? Councilperson Russell?
Yes.
Councilperson Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilperson Ross? Motion passed.
Motion.
Second.
Councilperson Silas? Councilperson Legacy? Councilperson Russell? Councilperson Reynolds? Councilperson Ross? Motion passed. The public hearing is scheduled for 7 p.m. August 19.
Capital Police Revenue Bond Series 2025, Matawan Avenue. School District Board of Education project of. Sorry, got a motion to introduce.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Silas?
Yes.
Councilperson Legacy?
Yes.
Councilperson Russell?
Yes.
Councilperson Reynolds?
No.
Councilperson Ross? Motion passed. The public hearing is scheduled for 7 p.m. August 19.
And have no real prerequisite information regarding, however, we also want to be good for this. So obviously, this will proceed to a public hearing. Which I apologize. So I will think it's entitled to, especially at the public hearing, we are the expert on the school. So I will ask the school district to send representation to the borough at that meeting to help us answer any questions. So that both the governing body and members of the public have regarding these searches. Just essentially, they are going to be responsible for payments. Though in the very likely scenario where they can't make those payments, which I can only imagine would be bankruptcy, we would then be the guarantor. So that's essentially, yeah.
How about that? The word is contrary. The two is, we do pay. Yeah, we pay for our taxes, so my good water, works both ways. And they should not just assume I'm gonna dump a $3 million bill on taxpayers. They want, so again, I don't think the quick cost. That's why I want them here, because I do think this conversation had prior to this and project movements.
Absolutely.
We got conversations about all of them, projects. I know for a fact, water station had these conversations by 3 women. They just go, jump around the town, go, screw it. They got it done. Yeah, that's why. But I do appreciate that you reached out to them and
Absolutely. You're right, we all deserve that.
Next, 8:19. Correct. All right.
Yes.
Resolution 45, July 2nd. Get a motion? Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Motion passed.
And resolution 45-7-12, July 15th. Get a motion? Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Motion passed.
What?
The water to the.
The whitman process is, the public hearing on the emergency petition at the next meeting, August 18th.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Oh, it's good.
Drive them out, their generation, we can support, there's some here last month, and I just want to consider that as again. It's not political, it's not religious. Has anyone reached out since so many people in the community are very upset about this Main Street situation? Has anyone reached out with alternative options? Have you reached out to the neighboring towns that are suing the state about the situation or? Yeah, has anyone reached out? Yes. Has anyone reached out to Aberdeen about possibly consolidating? I realize that it puts you guys in jeopardy, but if we don't care about Matawan, community, that's something we should do. What are the options? Has anyone spoken to the attorneys to say, what could we have done? With the situation that's, you know, whatever it was. What are our options other than just caving and doing this? Like,
Yes.
let's do it to our house.
It's.
My question is, have you guys been reaching out?
Yes.
Because we just spent 15, 20, we spent one complaint about heights.
So you can imagine.
I do, but I also. These other options, that's why I'm here to ask, have you looked at it? Because instead of just going to wait to say, oh, well, this happened, this something needs to, now we can do this, no, there's no way. So have you,
Yes. Yes. You put down. Aberdeen.
I know. Have we spoken to them again since this situation? Oh, and then the task is big about what will be going on. Basically, what's happening in Main Street, you're slapping the weight on house, this monstrosity, and my aunt is in the 70s in the weather, and she lives right there on Jackson Street, kind of like a picture of this monstrosity, but all the back streets are so tiny. There's not enough room for firemen, there's not enough room for traffic. So I just.
Yeah. And look at it.
Yes, that's why I'm saying we're looking for alternatives for the developers who slapping over on it. They're saying that this is the only housing. It's optional.
Where's the bisection? If the bill was in the state. We decided not to, because we already included other part. Yes and yes.
Oh, no.
My way around this, is don't approve of what, you can't build on the board.
That's not correct.
That is correct.
That's not correct. The boards and force you to.
You're not building any more in the town without any license. New license, either you sell or you don't well.
I asked that.
You want to trade, go and build well.
I asked that question. What was that question?
I think what the situation is at this point is that the meeting basically settlement with the developer. Now, I don't know if it's putting option, but many of the city folks that sell it, maybe look at it more of say American favor. I think we're getting in the way of creating water supply. Would be really would be development. It would be an administration to answer your question directly and all that. Just knowing how the law works, I could see a judge looking at us and saying, Matawan, how are you gonna tell us you're selling us this way? You're entering into settlement, we're saying you're gonna be the possibility for development, and now you're not making it possible for the development to go forward.
These laws are ridiculous, corrupt, and they don't actually benefit any of the livers, the developers, the people getting cash in their pocket.
That doesn't mean that we can bypass.
Hold on, I got-
Also.
In 1025, one of them would work the well, like,
Which I stated would be supported by. And if I with being forgotten about, often talk about as well, there is also a benefit, not just to the development, there is a benefit to us, and we are, regardless of the of this way. So I appreciate that there is.
One for you. Okay. They're forcing it.
I would, but it's not been,
We don't have. You say. So get.
there. Yeah, so if they were, then we can the whole development.
You should know that portion.
It's pretty short and without. It, I consider.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, you should be, there are.
Yeah. One project, 1.5 million, usually. That's one big. One big, where they're not. Already based on the amount of development we have. Regulation. To the one. This regulation.
So we have.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
There is share. Yes.
Go buy it. Go well, 3 projects. Quoted is $500,000 each. If it's not that amount, can you?
And I appreciate that, yes, we have to pay. Here. Yeah, all the. And they are the share, and that.
It seems that we're obligated to do these votes for our obligation. It seems that the benefit of having, at least a silver lining of having some of these developments is that they will be contributing to something we need already. So it seems like at least some kind of silver lining with regards to payment of the
Okay,
bigger.
That is a great point, Councilman. The town I was in prior had the same. And we had, we needed to build a reduction well, they were not the benefit of development that would benefit. So it was completely and utterly entirely.
different question. Well, you guys are not here, 5 minutes. if it does fall through, let's just say, and if it does fall through, what location in that? Do we have enough? That would just be case.
So look, if you were at see the super long meeting, at the very end of it, the plan adjustments, so that's all. We have to, you start with three for this particular. My understanding is situation because that was the solution that the lawsuit. So that, obviously we have to meet, and that's to be taken into consideration, but you also have to look at what's. So, right. So maybe 10 years, maybe 5 to 10 years from it. So this isn't going away.
You guys really don't want to try it with aggregate fence space. So that's why I'm asking. And that's why I'm also asking.
And
That's what I'm saying.
that's I so if it you equally be responsible for the thing. Even though they would just. Yeah. Feedback. We did. That would create an opportunity on the outside district that would hopefully that type of development in the area. But yes, it is in the meeting minutes. It's YouTube, and then all of the stuff is say if you have any questions, I encourage you to reach out and get it walk you through it and answer. It's
Nobody. If somebody, I did, if that, let's say they bought the whole lot, let's just say, and they do 10 years.
Well, so that's the whole point of everything that we've been doing. So having the housing element and fair share plan, which I think you should probably go on the website and show you what a redevelopment is together. So like Mike said, not having this issue where it's the historic area where the it's gonna be basically in the outskirts of town, close to the highways. Then now that we have that, the idea is that if somebody trying to start a lawsuit develop on Main Street, in a historic area, we would say absolutely not. Anybody can sue for anything, so we can't stop the lawsuit from happening. So the idea would be if they did bring say, we should here be creative to build what the master plan and a fair share housing on it. It's not. So.
Fair enough? Motion to close the floor? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Motion passed.
Motion. Motion. All in favor? Aye.
Motion passed.
Aye.